On Thursday, the 1st of August, State Coroner Adam Nakoda began an inquiry into a heart-wrenching incident that occurred in September of the previous year, involving the death of a 1-month-old baby girl. The mother of the baby, who was 28 or 29 years old at the time, accidentally covered her child with a blanket while sleeping, an act that would tragically prove fatal. The case has drawn significant attention, shedding light on the critical importance of safe sleeping practices for infants. In the early hours of the 20th of September 2023, the mother was resting in bed alongside her newborn and her older daughter. Past midnight, she woke up to breastfeed the baby, who was positioned against her body on the left side of the bed. After feeding, the mother, exhausted and likely unaware of the potential danger, pulled up her blanket and went back to sleep. Unfortunately, in doing so, she inadvertently covered her baby's face with the blanket. The tragic sequence of events was captured on CCTV, providing crucial evidence in the ongoing inquiry. The footage shows that at approximately 4:29 a.m., the mother shifted her sleeping position, pulling the blanket up and covering the baby's face. For the next half hour, the baby was seen moving beneath the blanket, struggling to breathe, until finally, at 4:58 a.m., all movement ceased. It wasn't until 6:50 a.m. that the mother woke up, only to find her baby cold and unresponsive. The sheer horror and panic of that moment are unimaginable. In a desperate bid to save her child, the mother sought help from her mother-in-law, who instructed her to call an ambulance immediately. While waiting for the paramedics to arrive, the mother, guided by a phone operator, performed CPR on her baby. Despite her efforts, when the paramedics reached the scene, they found that the baby was not breathing and had no pulse. The child was quickly transported to Yingteng Fong General Hospital, where she was tragically pronounced dead later that morning. The investigation that followed revealed the complexity of the case. The initial autopsy suggested that cardiorespiratory failure was the preliminary cause of death, yet there were no visible external injuries on the baby's body. This led to further examinations, which uncovered fractures on the baby's ribs, injuries that were determined to have been caused by the CPR administered by the distraught mother. The final cause of death, however, remained unascertained, as the autopsy did not reveal any underlying natural disease or specific injury that could have contributed directly to the baby's death. During the inquiry, State Coroner Nakoda delved deeper into the events of that tragic night. He questioned the investigating officer about whether the mother had unknowingly covered her baby's face with the blanket, to which the officer confirmed, stating that the mother was indeed asleep when this occurred. A further point of inquiry was whether the baby's face was against the mother's thigh when she was first discovered. Although the officer confirmed that the baby's face was towards the mother, he could not definitively say if it was pressed against her thigh based on the CCTV footage. Adding to the complexity of the case, the court learned that the baby had been admitted to the hospital shortly before the incident for an upper respiratory tract infection. The baby was discharged on the 16th of September 2023 in a stable condition, just days before the tragic event. The mother did not report any significant concerns aside from occasional mild nosebleeds, which she had assumed were normal. Given the inconclusive findings and the unclear nature of the incident, Coroner Nakoda decided to adjourn the case, indicating that he would issue more detailed findings at a later date. This case has once again highlighted the critical importance of adhering to safe sleeping practices for infants, as emphasized by the coroner. These practices include ensuring that infants sleep alone in a cot, using a firm mattress without any gaps between it and the cot's rails, placing the baby on their back, and keeping the sleeping area free of any loose items such as pillows and blankets that could pose a suffocation risk. As the investigation continues, the case serves as a stark reminder to all parents and caregivers about the potential dangers that can arise from co-sleeping and the use of loose bedding with infants. The tragic loss of this young life is a call to action for greater awareness and adherence to safe sleeping guidelines to prevent such devastating incidents in the future. This story touches on the fragility of life and the profound responsibility that comes with caring for a newborn. It's a somber reminder that even the most routine actions, such as adjusting a blanket, can have unintended and tragic consequences. We invite you to share your thoughts and feelings about this case in the comments below. Please consider liking this video, sharing it with others, and subscribing to our channel, 2230, for more detailed and factual news coverage.